Hello everyone and welcome in yet another episode of The Longest Journey. I said some time ago that I will be going to April's diary and reading it from the start to at least when the game started, because I want to get some background knowledge. I am aware that probably not everyone is that much into things like reading journals and games, especially long ones like this one. So I am intending to make it a separate video. If you do not like it, just skip this episode and I'll get back to solving some more puzzles in the next one. Otherwise, let's get some water, because my throat is going to be getting probably quite dry. And let's start with April the 14th, 2209, a Friday. Happy birthday to me, the big 1-8. Join us, right? Well, not to sound like a complete spoiled sport, but 18 feels kinda like 17, only I can buy a gun and pilot a hovercraft. I'd kinda figured that the number 18 would cast light into the deep dark chasm of my soul and reveal some grand truth about the universe, like the meaning of life, or at least some explanation as to why all the guys are complete idiots. So that's your typical teenager. But no, nothing. I'm the same person today as I was yesterday, no different. Same old boring April, stuck in the same old boring life. So I'm guessing this is before she moved to Venus, and she's not really that much of a happy girl. Which of course does make me realize something important. I just have to get out of here soon. I have to leave. There's nothing for me here. No future and the past I prefer to forget. And I know where I want to go. The Venus Academy of the Visual Arts in Newport. So that is what she wrote before she left home. God knows if they'll accept me into their fall program, but I have to try. Sarah went on there last year and she's agreed to let me stay at her place for a short while until I can get a job and an apartment. Sarah. Okay, fair enough. Writing about leaving is both scary and exciting. It's scary because I've never really been on my own before and I've never been to Newport. And of course I'm scared that good old daddy will find out and force me to stay. So she went against her father's judgment. Fair enough. Not that he can, but he will certainly try. On the other hand, it's really exciting too. I can't imagine anything that beats starting my own life in a place like Venus. From what I've seen and heard, it looks great. There are lots of little cafes and crisscrossing canals, just like in the real Venus in Italy. And most of the people who live here are young and creative and not afraid to look or sound or be different, which will make nice change from this place. Sorry, I just struggled to read the handwriting of April. I think it was supposed to be read in lesser resolution and it's a little bit blurry here. April 22nd. Today I called my academy and asked them about their admissions requirements, and they told me to bring some of my work in when you arrive. They don't really have any specific requirements, only that you're talented and dedicated and hardworking. The lady I spoke to sounded nice, but she didn't make any promises. She told me there are a lot of applicants and only a limited amount of spaces. I know my work's good, even though I haven't had much training, and I'm definitely dedicated and hardworking, so why am I still nervous? May the 1st. I'm sorry I haven't kept up with events in this diary, but with my exams and everything else going on before the graduation, I haven't had the time. I know, bad excuse. I'll just have to take time out too, and I'll definitely keep my diary up to date from now on. So that's May the 1st. Oh yeah, that was so up to date last 4 weeks. 3 weeks of complete silence. 3 weeks, sorry. I look back at my previous diaries and I wonder, where the hell did I find the time to write so much so often? Oh well, I'll try to remember what's been going on these past few weeks. I passed all my exams with straight A's, of course, and tomorrow morning I'm leaving home. Yes, I'm making the leap into the great unknown, and I'm never coming back here. I withdrew all my money from the bank, $2,190, and I've packed a suitcase and a bag with my clothes and work samples and books and everything else I can't do without. Unfortunately, I have to leave so much. My old toys, some of the bigger canvases, my screen, and it's not like I can have mom ship me them or anything. I'm leaving a letter for my family, but I'm not telling them where I'm going. 18 years under constant scrutiny is enough. I really don't want to carry any of that crap with me into my new life. Okay, so this is the first mentioning of her mom. And she only says she can't ask her to ship those things. So I'm guessing she's probably on the same terms with her mom as she is with her dad. Strangely enough, when I was packing this morning, I suddenly remembered something I'd forgotten a long time ago. When I was a kid, I kept all my drawings in a box under the floorboards, so my dad wouldn't find them and berate me for wasting my time. The box was right here, right where I put it, more than 6 years ago. I didn't feel like looking at any of the drawings right away, so I wrapped the box up and stuck it in my bag. I'll open it when I get to Venus. I don't think this is the right time for nostalgic reminiscence about my childhood, but I'm glad I remembered to pack the box. So tonight's the night. I'm sneaking out of here at 4 a.m. to catch the train to Greenvale, and from there go on to the big city, Newport itself. At dinner tonight I'll see Mom, Dad, Daniel and Owen for the last time in a long while. I don't really care if I ever see Dad again, but I feel sorry for Mom. She doesn't seem to care much for... Okay, so Mom isn't quite as bad as that, and probably Daniel and Owen are two brothers. For me, but I know she'll miss me, and I know she'll feel very guilty for turning a blind eye to the way he treated me throughout all these years. As for Danny and Owen, I don't really know. Danny's an asshole. He could theoretically improve, though I doubt he wants to. As for Owen, he's still a kid. He might turn out okay, but as long as Dad's in control, I'm not too optimistic. So it seems like Dad is this abusive kind of guy. I'm not sure if physically or just mentally abusive, but yeah, it's not a great place to grow up in. I'm going to the pond tonight to say goodbye. I haven't been there in a long while, not since that crazy day. Well, I have to see it one last time, or I'll never get it out of my head. As for my friends, I don't really want to say anything. I'll mail them when I get to Newport, to Venus. I wonder what's about the pond. So this is the last entry I write in here in this house, in this room. In some strange way I can't really understand, I'll miss it. Not much, but I did grow up here. I did spend 18 years, oh my god, in this place, and that's not soon forgotten or ignored. I don't want to feel bad for what I'm doing, but I can't help it. I do feel bad a little. But more than anything, I am excited about what tomorrow will bring. I believe I might actually be happy. Imagine that. Friday, July 28th, 2209. So from May 25th, all the way to July 28th. Way too early in the morning, and I won't even try to describe the dream I had last night. Oh, so is that where we start? Like, enough with the fairy tales already. I need to start dreaming about boys and shopping, the important things in life. It just dawned on me that the student exhibition opens in less than 2 weeks. My painting, and I mean that in the broadest sense of the word, is not even close to being presentable. Even that's an overstatement. All I have is a blank canvas, and while that may fool some people and wow, what an expressive statement of nothingness, it won't fool my teachers. So today I have to put a solid 6 hours of work at the studio, and I just hope that inspiration will strike like lightning from the sky. It could happen. So Friday morning again. Okay, so I'm on my way to school. Why is she using so much? I'm half asleep. I'm hot. The weather has been unbearable these past few days, to say the least. and I just want to get to the studio as soon as possible. And then this guy, Cortez, who's sitting outside the house, like he does every single day, calls me over. Fine, okay, I got nothing against the guy. Personally, I make small talk about the weather, just trying to get it over with. And then, how would he know that I've been having nightmares unless Emma or Charlie or Fiona told him? And I know they wouldn't have. How could he know? And I know he's nuts, but to think that I have some kind of destiny, the guy's been doing too many raptures or whatever they popped back when he was double digits. Okay, that's funny. It's Friday afternoon and I actually got some work done on my painting this morning. What a shocker, right? What triggered this avalanche? Okay, it was more like a light drizzle, to be honest, of creativity. The cup of cocoa I had last night, the weather, my pent-up sexual desires, my dreams. Sure, a nightmare about talking tree. Wait, no, a wood spirit. A female dragon and what? A chaos vortex? That's sure to release some kind of creative juices. Yeah, right. Okay, so I work on my painting for a few hours and then Emma drops by and drops a bomb on me. This person, Cortez, he wants to meet me. And not only that, he doesn't just come and say where he wants to meet me. No, he gives Emma a riddle for me to solve, where kids visualize their dreams. Oh boy, the guy is nuts. He can just wait where kids visualize their dreams for the rest of his summer, as far as I'm concerned. So I finally snapped and gone off to deep end. I just knew my nightmares would fry my brain cells eventually, but I never imagined I'd start seeing things. But there is as clear as a day, and I'm thinking should I go get myself committed now after a dinner? Because April girl, I gotta tell you, what you saw today is not exactly the product of healthy mind. Holo sculptures don't just come to life without there being drugs or plain old looniness involved. But then again, if I am insane, why aren't I seeing fluffy pink rabbits right now? And how come nobody has noticed anything weird around me? I think maybe, and I hate to say this, I think maybe I gotta talk to this Cortez guy after all, because he did say something about my nightmares coming to life. Okay, I know, I'm going crazy. It turns out that where kids visualize their dreams is an exhibition called Growing Pains at a Roma Gallery. That's down by the Watertown Bridge in West Venice, too far to walk, I have to take the subway. It's an exhibition of work by inner city kids, and I guess the theme is dreams, which by some strange twist of fate is what everything's about today. So the Roma Gallery it is. I can't say I'm looking forward to it. Senor Cortez is just a little too creepy for comfort, but I'm in desperate need of some answers. So it's bye-bye to choice and hello to destiny. Just a tiny little reminder here, April Ryan, you're working tonight. Don't forget, big remember sign. Stan will kick your butt if you don't show up on time. So probably if I didn't know what to do, if I just didn't go to the cafe on time because I remembered I have to work, I would just look at the journal and that would be here. So there, apparently Sandra, that swell little girl I love so very, very much. She out sick again. Like cat bark on those raptures already. Or not, I don't mind getting her paycheck. So Sandra is probably the same girl that invited us, or was it Sarah?
Rusty.
Oh no, go back. Was it Sarah that was our friend that invited us over to stay with her? Oh, I can't remember the name now. I've just read it. Academy. It was somewhere here. Okay, never mind. I'll get to it at some point. So there apparently Sandra did a paycheck. I've read that. Still Friday. This is busy day for for Dear Diary, and a busy and weird day. Late afternoon. Cortez is, how shall I put this nicely, completely and totally out there. I mean, he goes on and on about the truth of art, and then it turns out that it's not the reason he wants to talk to me. But does he tell me why it's so urgent we see each other? No, he says that will have to wait until tomorrow. Right, yeah, as if. There's something strange going on, I know that, and it's obvious that it isn't just me losing touch with reality. Why would Cortez be involved if that's the case? So what the hell is happening, and does Cortez actually have some answers? I so don't want to hook up with the guy again. He freaks me out big time, but I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking, do I have a choice? Do I? Saturday, July 29th, 2209. In a few hundred years, when my great-grandchildren rummage through the attic and find this book, they're probably gonna have a ball. I'm not even sure if I want to write about what happened last night, because chances are I will never forget. Ever. And future generations will likely be better off not knowing. But I'm sure now that whatever's going on, it's not just in my head, it's in everyone's head. Last night was a proof positive of that, which begs the question, the things that I've seen in my dreams, what's real and what's not? I'm afraid the only person who might be able to answer that question is Cortez. How's that for an irony? That in order to prove myself that I'm not going mad, I have to talk to the person who I'm sure is totally insane. What a great way to start the weekend. Okay, so that has given us quite a lot of background on April, and it has brought us up to date with what's happening so far. I think I will be catching up on this diary every now and again, probably not doing a separate episodes, by just doing a couple of entries at a time. And if I don't, because obviously I already know what's going on. I just wanted the diary to give me some background. Unless I'm stuck, I don't have to read it again. But for the full experience, I may well do that. So again, thanks very much for watching. If you bear with me through all that diary madness, I quite appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Will be more action and less reading, hopefully.